allowing them to live lives of hope. And so, at the end of the day, what we're proposing about fully funding schools is actually related to creating stronger and more resilient communities. And our impatience with being stuck economically is as well. Because when young people see the economy's growing, the school offers them a pathway to a great career, it helps with the overall mission of building strong, resilient communities where they can live hopeful lives.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd just like to thank you for taking the time out of your day. I'm sure you have a very busy schedule.
Well, thank you. It's a beautiful Saturday and you're here, so thank you for that.
Thank you. So my question, I just want to maybe take criminal justice one step further. Sure. You've talked about an increasing crime in the state, and you've also talked about the negative ramifications which follow pursuant to an increase in mass incarceration rate. One issue that I don't think is talked about enough is our nation's increasing recidivism rate, which is approaching approximately 60%. Does your administration have a plan of action, or do you have any potential reforms that you would like to implement to make sure that our youth stay out of the criminal justice system?
Absolutely, and it's so wise. The recidivism rate in Maryland is actually higher than 60%. And Governor Hogan's trying to scare people right now. He's running these insane ads. Again, I've had two family members shot in Maryland. The last thing I'm going to do is let killers out early, right? That's insane. That's insane. So what do we do? You make sure that people come back less likely to reoffend. You bring down the recidivism rate, and you bring down the prison system size as you do. And so we have I think I'm the only person running for governor in the country that has an entire criminal justice reform agenda up on the website. And what does it focus on? It focuses on, one, making sure that we use people's time behind bars effectively in ways that prepare them for effective reentry, coming back into society, and being good members of our community rather than reoffending. Focuses on removing those barriers that are unnecessary to their employment. Because when you lock somebody out of employment, you lock them into crime. It focuses on doing probation in a smart way, where killers get more attention, because you really do need to watch them closely. People who are struggling with addiction might actually get a little less attention because they need a little more flexibility to be able to go to that fourth NA meeting of the day, for example. And it also focuses on making sure that we have rehab on demand. And we also have the courage to put on the table that it's time to legalize cannabis for adult use and regulate it and tax it. And why? Well, one, it'll generate $400 million a year in taxes that we can use to fund full-day universal pre-K. Two, the enforcement of it has always been skewed in a way that violates any notion of equal protection and civil rights. It has not been enforced against every community. Far from it. But also, on the second anniversary of the uprisings, I sent a retired captain of the Baltimore Police Department to talk to police commanders across the city and ask them why there were so many killings. And the one thing that they could all agree on was that in the last 10 years, half of the killings were one set of marijuana dealers killing another set of marijuana dealers. This is a drug that's no more harmful than alcohol. And alcohol, there's some harm associated with it, but it's no more harmful. And yet, because it's not regulated by law, like alcohol was during Prohibition, it's regulated by bullets. Like I said, I don't want it to happen to one of my family members to be shot again. I don't want anybody else's. And if we can stop half the killings in the city, and many of the killings around the state, then we need to be having that conversation. Sure, we would take a smart on crime approach that says that the war on drugs has failed, that we need to focus on getting killers and rapists off the street. And yet we can make our prisons smaller even as we do that, because there aren't that many killers and rapists. But there are a lot of people in prison that would be better off, and we'd be better off too if they were in rehab.
Thank you.
That's right.
How you doing? My name is Elmer Assembly. I'm the fourth.
Good to see you.
Good to see you too. I had a follow-up question.
My question is there a fifth?
Almost. Almost. I appreciate it. Good question.
Yeah, Mom was wondering, I guarantee you. What's up?
I appreciate that.